Hi, it's Steph. Thanks for clicking. This is my finale for Throwback 30. This project started last year on July 28th and it ends today. It's a Pantastic Ladies collab that was created by Jessica as a way to try to at least try more of the Pantastic Ladies projects that you couldn't devote yourself to full time. At the last update, I had 8 of the 30 projects remaining in this project and I did complete some more goals. So I'm going to go ahead and start at the top of the list with 50 Shades of Pink. 50 Shades of Pink is for panning pink things, and I picked this Bath & Body Works Sweet Summer Kiss Fine Fragrance Mist. I could make a new mark. It's a little bit below that one there. My goal was to finish this though, and I did not do that. That's okay. I did get a lot of use out of it, and I do like this scent. It's going to be staying around, and I'll use it again in the future, but unfortunately, goal not met for 50 Shades of Pink. Next is Color Pan, and that's for panning ColourPop products. I only own one of them, and it's the ColourPop Cherish Pressed Powder Palette. It looks like this. There's 5 shades in here, and my goal was to use this 30 times, and that's 30 days of using it. So whether I only used one shade or all 5, that was one use. At the last update, I had 20 uses, and today I'm wearing it for the 10th time this month. So that is 30 uses total, so goal met on Color Pan. Today I am wearing the shades Adore, Precious, and Forever. So those 3 shades are on there. And I'm gonna put a picture on the screen because this is a reflective front and I can't open it because one of the shades would fall out. And I'll go through shade by shade and tell you what I think about them. I had never used this palette before it came to this project, so it was brand new and untouched. All the way on the left is Destiny, and I used that 24 times. That's the shade that's really fragile. So it's a really pretty gold, but it's very crumbly and the whole thing would fall out of the pan if I tilted it over. But it is very nice, and I liked it on my inner corner as a brow bone highlight, as a topper. I wore it a lot on the inner half of my lid, so I used that 24 times. Then next is Adore, which I used 23 times. It's that light brown matte. And that's a little bit dark for me to use as a blending shade, but I liked it as a first transition. It's very powdery and it has a lot of kick up, but I would just use the kick up for the second eye and it wasn't a big deal. But that was a nice shade. It blended out really well. In the middle there is the star of the show. It's Faith. It's a reddish shimmer color. I used that one 20 times, and I prefer cooler tones generally, but I found that this works on me okay in the summer when I have a little bit of warmth to my skin. It's not my favorite, but I can still use it. And so that was a pretty shade. I probably wouldn't buy another shade like it since I have that one because I didn't like it that much, but it's just the tone. The formula is really nice. I used Precious 19 times, and that is one of those shades that is a matte with a little bit of gold shimmer in it. And a lot of people don't like those, but I do. That's what's all over my lid today. I thought it tied the palette together really well with the gold shimmer and then with the little bit of gold in that matte. I used it a lot on my lower lash line. Sometimes I used it in my crease. But I do like that shade, so it's going to stay in my collection. And then the last one is Forever. I used that one 24 times, and that is a dark reddish brown, and I use that primarily as a deepening shade like I did today, and it's also in my crease a little bit, blended out with Adore, but that one's going to stick around too. It's a nice shade. It does what I want it to do, and I have no complaints about it. So Color Pan is a goal met, so I'm going to keep this palette around. I bought this because I felt bold and I wanted to experiment with reds, and I really didn't own any reds at all. So I wanted to buy something that was kind of smaller and also inexpensive, so I settled on this. And I think that was a good idea because I've determined that reds don't usually look all that great on me. I can work with them in the summer, but in the winter it's just not a flattering look for me. So I'll keep these around, but I wouldn't buy any more of them. Day of the Dead has dual prompts, and I did finish part B, but I did not finish part A. And part A was something purple. And so I picked this Au Naturel cream shadow in the shade Bliss. That's what's left. I used it a total of 29 times in the project, and I don't think I used this at all in the last month, but I failed to finish it. But I did use it a lot, and there's not a whole lot left in there. It is not quite the same texture as it used to be, so I'm not sure if I'm going to finish this or if I'm going to end up throwing it away because it doesn't have the staying power that it once did. But for now, it's just going to stay here, and maybe I'll go in another project later to finish. For Disney Princess, you were to pick one of the princesses and they had 2 colors associated with them. I randomized Princess Aurora, and one of her 2 colors is bubblegum pink. So I picked this NCLA Sugar Sugar Lip Scrub because it's bubblegum pink. That's what's left, and I had intended to finish it. I didn't quite get there, but I did make a lot of progress, and this is something that I otherwise wouldn't have used if it weren't in a project. but I've determined since using it regularly that I do actually like it, so that's good to know. And so this will, I'm sure I'll go into another project later to finish. Maybe I'll be able to continue using it on my own now that I know that I like it, but this is also not a goal met, unfortunately. We do have another success story though. Monochromatic Project Pan had a different color for each month, and the idea was that you were to pick items of that color for the month, and I was actually rolling through all of the colors with just one item and a small usage goal. The color for July was blue, and I picked this Maybelline eyeliner in the shade Sapphire. So it's a blue color, and my goal was to use this 3 times, and I did. So goal met for Monochromatic Project Pan. I did meet my goal on all the other months, so that is a goal met for the project as a whole. Paranormal Pantivity is themed around urban legends, and the prompt that I got was doppelganger, and that's something you have a double or backup of. And I have another of these Alterna Caviar Anti-Aging CC Creams. It's basically a leave-in conditioner with a whole list of benefits that may or may not actually occur. I don't really know, but that bottom mark is where I'm at right now. My goal was to finish it. I didn't quite get there, but I did use up a lot of this, which is good. And I do like this product. I do have to be careful though, because this will weigh down my fine hair if I use too much of it, so I couldn't overuse it. But I do like it, which is good because I have another one. Same Pan last year is themed around holidays, and the holiday that I got was the 4th of July, and that's an indie product. I picked this Vapor Aura Multi-Stick in the shade Intrigue, and this is the color here. My goal was to use this 30 times, and I did. Sometimes it was on my lips, sometimes it was as a blush. I didn't track how many times I used it each way. I never thought to use this as a cream eyeshadow until about 2 days ago after I had met my goal, but it's stiff enough that it might work for that. But I had never used this before bringing it into the project, and that's it, rolled all the way down. It was flush with the packaging, and there's a ton of product in here, so I have about 600 maybe more uses to go. There's still a whole lot, but I do like this well enough to keep it around. It's not my favorite formula. I would generally prefer something a little bit more creamy, but that's okay, and I will still have this around, but goal met for Same Pan last year. And lastly is This Is Fantasy, which is themed around mythical creatures. The creature that I got was Banshee, and that is something that makes you scream. Nail polish makes me scream because you'll spend all that time doing your nails, and then it takes all of a minute to mess one of them up, and felt like the whole thing was pointless, and then I want to scream. So I picked a nail polish. This is a really old purple nail polish that I've had for a long time. It works fine. There's nothing wrong with this particular nail polish. It's just nail polish in general that makes me scream. And my goal was to finish it. At the last update, I used it 7 times. I've used it twice more for a total of 9. It is what's on my nails right now, but I did not successfully finish it, so it is down there. It was about half full when I brought it in, so I did use a lot of it, but I failed to finish it. So this is going to go back into a drawer, and I'll finish it at a later date, but I do want to give it a break for right now. I am getting a little bit bored of it, even though purple is my favorite color. So goal not met for This Is Fantasy, but better luck next time. So of the 8 remaining projects, I did meet my goal on 3 of them. It was Color Pan, Monochromatic Project Pan, and also Same Pan last year. So there were 5 projects where I didn't meet my goal, which is sad, but that's also not embarrassing. So I don't feel that bad about it. I met my goal on 25 out of the 30 projects, and I'm happy with that. I had a mixture of usage and finish goals in this project, and of the products that I actually finished, the total dollar value was $266.75. So that's almost $267 that didn't go to waste, that I did actually use them. So I feel good about that. So there's a success too. And also the new year of this project also starts today. So I do have an intro for the 6th round of Throwback 30. So you can jump over there and watch that next. And you might see a product or 2 that you recognize. But I hope all your Throwback 30s went well, and I hope that you're going to join in the next one starting today. And good luck with it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.